Hello friends, how are you doing today? So I'm back with another video, this time with a little plant haul with the plants that I brought home from Portugal. So as most of you know, I am Portuguese, but we live in France, in Central Europe, just across the border from Luxembourg. And we went back home this summer to see our family, and they had amazing, beautiful plants, especially my grandmother and my mother-in-law. And so they gave me lots of cuttings. So yeah, most of what you see here, it's all from cuttings, except from this plant right here. And this is a, oops, this is a Bengal fig. And this one was super cheap. It cost €1. Let me check it out for you. €1.50, and it has roots coming out the bottom. I think it needs to be repotted. But yeah, I was looking for a Bengal fig, and I was so happy to find this one so cheap, and it's small, but it will grow, so that's okay. And it's pretty banged up, but it wasn't like this when I bought it. It's just that, you know, we went to Portugal by car, and we came back by car. And with small children, we had to stop often, so it was a trip of about 28 hours back. So yeah, this was in the car for 28 hours, squeezed among other things, so that's why it's kind of a little bit banged up, and the leaves are not in the greatest shape, but oh well, at least I got to bring something with me, right? So I'm going to show you, I think the succulents next, because I brought a succulent and a cactus, so yeah. So this weird star-looking succulent right here, I brought from my mother-in-law's home. She had so many beautiful succulents. She had bunches of these, like in pots. They were kind of dripping on the side of the pot, and just bunches and bunches of these. Apparently they love it there in Portugal, and they were so beautiful, so I wanted to bring one of these for me. I hope it roots easily and that I don't lose it. And also something else that I brought from her was this little guy right here. Yeah, I believe this is an aeonium. Also, she had bunches of these. They were almost like flower bouquets, almost like dripping from the side of pots, and just, oh, beautiful, just so beautiful. And she also gave me this little, let me see if I can show you this. Okay, you see it's starting to, not sure if you can, yeah, it's not focusing, but you still can see the little leaves that are coming up. So this is I don't know what this is, but she says this roots easily as well. And this is kind of like a succulent type. The leaves are kind of thick, kind of like succulents. She doesn't know what that is. I don't know either. There's another one over here, and yeah, it has tiny leaves coming up out in the corner. I hope this roots, and yeah, I hope it grows big and beautiful, because she had pots filled with this, and it was a really, it was a happy a happy sight to look at those pots, because you know, the variegation and all, it's really dainty and cute and beautiful. So yeah, something else that I brought, since we are looking at this, was this is okay, now you can see better. This is I cannot remember the name. Dang it, I was thinking about it before the video. So this is a philodendron leaf. Leaf, obviously. Cutting, it's a cutting. So there's one leaf here, and the other piece is right here. As you can see, it's putting out leaves, and it has some root, but it's not fully rooted yet. And I'm going to separate these, but because all of those are still not fully rooted, I decided to just let them be together for now. Just for now, and once those succulents have a little bit more root, I'm going to take them out and just leave this one. This one is a cutting from a plant that I bought my grandmother, and it's kind of burned by the sun because I left it outside, and I shouldn't have done that, but I did, unfortunately. But I think it's going to root. I hope so. So yeah, there's another philodendron somewhere, and I'm going to show that to you right now. Alrighty, so this is the other philodendron that I was talking about just now. It doesn't look like much. This leaf is kind of in process of breaking off. It's still green, but it's not, attached anymore. But I hope this still roots. I know this doesn't look like much, but I brought this from my mother-in-law's house, and this is one of those philodendrons that have leaves kind of like the Monstera deliciosa, with slits in them, but just much, much smaller. So she had it growing around a moss bowl, and I took this little bit from the side, and I hope this roots for me because it's a really pretty plant and I would like to have it. And it doesn't look like much now, but I am hopeful. So, yeah. And as I was talking to you guys about the succulents, I forgot to mention this beautiful cactus. I'm not sure if this is a cactus or a succulent or a euphorbia. I'm really not sure. If you guys know what this is, just let me know. But my grandma had a pot on a windowsill that was full and overflowing with this, and this is kind of like a branch, and it had so many of these kind of branches just spilling out of the pot. It was gorgeous, and my grandma didn't notice, but she had this small pot here with a little succulent that was not doing great actually, and this this succulent type plant that I don't know what it is, this thing, I'm going to take it out to show you. It kind of spilled on top of this pot, so it was spilling outside of its pot, and it spilled on top of this one, and it touched the ground, and my grandma didn't notice it because this pot was kind of facing the window. But look at this. Do you see all these roots? So it touched the ground and it rooted, and luckily the cat did something, I don't know what, but this pot turned around and you were able to see that this was rooted, and that's why I have now this beautiful plant, and I hope it grows big and beautiful. It's actually already growing here at the tips, and yeah, I loved it so much, and I'm so happy to have one of these too. And now we are on to the begonias. So I am so happy to have one of these. This one, I'm not sure if it was a cutting or if she took a little bit that already had a root on it. I think it has a root on it. But anyways, this is a Rex begonia from my mother-in-law, and I loved it so much. It's so beautiful. You know, when the light hits it in a certain way, it almost looks like it has like a bluish greenish tinge to the leaves, and it's really beautiful. And hers was really full, had so many leaves. It was so lovely, and she had it in a quite shady place in her house, but still it was doing great. So yeah, I'm not great with Rex begonias, you guys know that, I told you already. But I am hopeful that this one will do well, because I'm really hoping to have this begonia. I love begonias so much. But anyways, this one came from my mother-in-law, but now I'm going to show you the ones that I got from my grandma. So these were in perfect condition. They were banged up pretty bad in the car. I brought them, last minute. I didn't think much about it, and I just stuck them in a little plastic bottle and with some soil, and that's how I brought them. But the place where I put them in the car was not the best, so they got banged up pretty bad. But this one has just these beautiful white flowers with a little pink tint to it. And yeah, I think this already had a root. I think this was on the side of the big plant. So my grandma had these gorgeous begonias. They were the first houseplants that I really sighed over when I came into her house. So she had these really tall, just very tall, very beautiful begonias. They were like maybe even a meter tall. They were so big. And I'm not sure if these are cane. This one is a cane begonia, but I'm not sure if this is considered an angel wing. It kind of has that growth pattern, but then the leaves are not pointy like the angel wings, so I'm not sure what this is. I tried to look it up online, but I couldn't find it. But yeah, she gave me two of them. So this one has like more flowers more on the white side, and then there is another one here that has these pretty pink flowers, and they are the same. I actually have 3 plants. This one is also, but I don't know if this one is one of the white flowers or the pink flowers, so I don't know. But yeah, so these had root. These were growing on the side of the bigger plants, so I am hopeful that these will do well here, and I love them so much. So also, other begonias that my grandma had were these. So in a haul a few months back, you guys know that I got a begonia that also had these spots. It was also an angel wing, but these are different. So these are not as reddish on the other side. Mine's are pretty dark, and mine also has bigger spots and more far apart. So this one has smaller spots than mine, and yeah, it was pretty banged up in the car, but still I am so happy that I have it. So I have 2 of these. So I have this one with the bigger spots that are more far apart, and then I have this one here. If you guys know the names of these, you let me know. You know, people in Portugal have such great weather. They have lots and lots of houseplants, especially outside, but they don't know the name of any of them. So yeah, this one, like my grandma said, oh, it's the same, but it's not the same as the other one, because this one has barely any spots left. You see, almost no spots. And there are more, so it has more spots, but almost none at all. So they're yeah, I'm not sure what this is, but yeah, this is another one. So these plants were growing to the side of the bigger plants. I have 2 on each pot, so yeah, this is great. So now I am showing you the orchids that I brought. These are cymbidium orchids. All these are bulbs. So I brought these from my mother-in-law. These orchids are very special to me because the wedding basket where my wedding rings were filled with these orchid flowers, and I also had lots of these orchid plants when I was living in Portugal, but I could not bring them here, unfortunately, so I left them there. But my mother-in-law was kind enough to let me take some bulbs. So these bulbs, if they have enough light, they will start to put out roots and they will bloom. I will have a plant from each of these, and also these 2 plants. So they don't look like much. They don't look amazing, especially on this side here, but I am really hopeful that they will pull through. These orchids are very resilient, and they're actually frost resistant, and people have them outside in Portugal. Of course, here we have usually a lot of snow, so I won't be able to let them be outside. But yeah, if you please look them up, cymbidium orchids, and you will see what I'm talking about when I say that these flowers are just beautiful. They are truly amazing. So yeah, guys, this is what I brought with me from Portugal. I am so happy that I got to see my family. We have, I think I told you this already, but we have 6 elderly people in our family, 3 on each side, my husband in my side of the family, and we got to see them, and it was really encouraging to be able to see family, because when you are living abroad, it's great, it's exciting, you learn new things, you know, open up your horizons, and it's amazing to be able to live outside your country, but yeah, you miss family a lot. So it was amazing, it was great. I'm so grateful to have been able to go, and I am so grateful to have been able to bring all these beautiful plants with me. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and just write a comment and say hi to me, because I love reading you guys' comments. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye bye.